Today, we're talking about something powerful and necessary: mental health awareness. This is more than awareness, it's about healing, honesty, and community because your mental health matters just as much as your physical and spiritual health. Right now in the US, about 1 in 5 adults, that's over 60 million people, experience mental illness each year. That means someone in your circle is dealing with something, whether you see it or not. Mental health is not rare, it's real, and it's present.
As a therapist, one of the things that makes me the saddest in this profession is when I'm doing an intake and I ask a black woman what makes you happy or what brings you joy, and she draws a complete blank. Like no dreams, no aspirations, no sense of accomplishment, but she's able to show me or tell me how she's shown up for everybody else, how she's served other people, how she has dedicated her life to being available for all of these other people around her. But she can't show me or tell me how she's shown up for herself. And it's in those moments that I'm reminded why I do the work that I do. Because so often black women have been taught how to survive. We've been taught how to be strong, but no one has taught us how to be seen, how to be visible. No one has told us that it's okay to rest without feeling guilt. No one has told us that it's okay to not show up for so many people, especially when it runs the risk of us losing how we show up for ourselves. And black women deserve a life of joy, a life of rest, a life that they can be proud of, not just one that they feel like they have to endure. Thanks for coming to my Bring the Talk.
I don't know what man needs to hear this today, but your mental health matters to women. At least the real ones, it does. And since this is Mental Health Month, I feel we need to bring up and talk about the weight that you all carry that most people ignore. Let's be real. The pressure you feel isn't just from social media. It's from this deep-seated idea that's been around forever that says that your only value is tied to what you provide. People act like that you're only worth the lifestyle that you can fund or the stress that you can swallow without breaking. Like treated like you're a machine instead of a human, and it's time that we call this out. I'm here to tell you that you are enough right now. A lot of us women actually see the quiet effort that you put in every single day. We see the way that you show up when you're exhausted and the stress that you carry even when you don't want to talk about it. Your worth isn't a transaction or the number in your bank account. It goes way deeper than everyone else gives you credit for. This month, give yourself permission just to be human. You are allowed to take days off. You are allowed to prioritize your peace without feeling like you're letting everyone else down. You are doing a much better job than the world gives you credit for, and your peace of mind matters. So for the guys watching this, what is one small thing that actually makes you feel supported or seen? I really love to know. And for the rest of us, let's check these comments, because it's time that we actually step our game up and show up for the men in our lives proper.
In the black community, about 19.7% of adults experience mental health challenges, impacting roughly 6 million people. But only 15 to 25% actually receive treatment. And black adults are 36% less likely to get mental health care. That gap is where the real issue lives.
Several stigmas prevent African Americans, in particular, from seeking mental health treatment. Research shows more than 80% of African Americans are concerned about those stigmas, the most impactful being culture and society. One local therapist and social worker says it's also due to the mindset of the older generation. Jonathan Harrell, a local social worker and a therapist, says despite progress in recent years, there is still a significant stigma associated with mental health concerns in the African American community.
Culturally, we like to keep things in our house or just on the inside of us.
He says the idea of appearing weak or unstable can make acknowledging psychological struggles difficult.
There's not a lot of talk and acceptance around letting others come into your house or into your business, as you should say.
He uses a culturally responsive mental health treatment approach, discussing how the Black community in particular is at a significantly increased risk of developing a mental health issue due to historical, economic, social, and political influences that expose the community to factors known to be damaging to their mental health.
A lot of it is internalized, and we keep a lot of it in and try to deal with it on our own, but really we need to get it out, whether that's through therapy, whether that's through journaling, through talking to other people.
He says studies show the mindset to, quote, not spread your business in the Black community was passed down through generations.
I do see people in their 50s, or close to being 50, and they did grow up on the mindset of, let me just take all this in, let me put it on my back, let me keep going and keep going and keep going.
He says in recent years, younger generations have helped to destigmatize mental health.
The people I see, they have reached a point to whether it's been a recent issue in their life that's caused them to kind of get it to a breaking point, or usually for a lot of them, it's a couple of different things that kind of keep happening, and they have reached a point to where they say, okay, I need some outside help with this, probably because of the youth and the other generations making therapy more popular.
Renee, as you mentioned, we are all coping with life in our own way. Just like the African American community, all ethnicities are impacted by the influence of culture and society on mental health. Danielle Johnson, KOFY News 10.
There is a stigma and there are barriers because of cultural silence, because of lack of access, cost, and systematic barriers. For generations, many were taught to be strong and keep pushing, but strength without support leads to burnout and not healing.
Stigma is defined as negative attitudes, beliefs, or perceptions around a particular issue. And when it comes to mental health, it's certainly not immune to generalized stigma, but certainly some communities can be impacted more than others. For instance, in the Black community, I've heard people say that if you have a mental illness, it means you are weak in character, you are a moral failure, perhaps you didn't pray hard enough. And so it's so important that people get accurate information about mental illness. There is no shame in having a mental illness. There is absolutely no shame in seeking help. And so I encourage everyone, first of all, to give yourself the grace and the space to feel how you are feeling. And if you need help, please seek help. There is no shame in having a mental illness, and there is no shame in seeking help.
Now, the good news, things can change. When we talk openly about mental health, we begin to break generational cycles, create space for healing, and build stronger communities. Real strength is found in vulnerability and in truth. If you're listening and you've been struggling, this is for you. You matter. You belong, and you are not alone. What you're feeling is valid, and help is not out of reach. This month, do one thing: start a real conversation, check in on someone, or take that first step toward getting help, because taking care of your mind isn't weakness, it is wisdom. Thank you for listening. Please share this episode who needs it. Let's keep breaking the silence and building a healthier future together. Y'all be blessed.